lovelies, and welcome to Vlogtober day 14. I am starting today's vlog a little bit late because I ended up, last night I went into work for an evening shift and I was in a lot of pain when I got home, and then obviously I had really rubbish sleep, so I decided to give myself a lie-in. But I've actually got to nip back to work today and drop off my sick notes, which they said I could do another day, but I kind of want to do a bit more driving and get used to it. And then I've got to ring Occy Health and I've got a physio phone call 1:30, so I need to literally do a flying visit there and back. So let's see how I get on. I should have run up the stairs. So, asthma, come on. Right, so I'm back from work. I went and dropped off my little like physical sick notes rather than just the pictures I was sending them. So they've got them for my file in work. On the way back got a phone call from my physio. I'm under around 4 different physio services. This one was for my fibromyalgia. Oh shit. I just realised I didn't mention. So I come home and I was doing an email to my occupational health like business. I don't know. The people who run the occupational health at my work, basically complaining, one, about the way it was handled, and two, about the way a comment was made about mental health. And as my friend Steph has just texted me and said, I am not a complainer in terms of like kicking up a fuss about something, so it's really, something's really irked me if I'm going to the point where I'm sending a long email to someone to complain. And I made sure to put it in an email, so it's 1, in writing, 2, I could mostly include everything I wanted to do, and I could read through and make sure everything makes sense. I've got a physical like written like thing to go back on, so if there's any issues it can't be, well, you didn't say that on the phone call, or that wasn't mentioned on the phone call. It's a input, like you can't argue with the email. And then I've just realised that I was told that the occupational health referral was actually supposed to be for my fibromyalgia, and my manager told me that's what I was referred for, and they just glazed over that fact. They didn't bother. Like, I think I mentioned it initially when like the call opened and they asked me what I was being referred for, and I said, oh, I'm presuming it's my fibromyalgia, because that's what I was aware I was being referred for. So I've just realised as well, I kept saying I need to put that in the email, and I wanted to get to like the bottom of the original issue and then add it in, and I forgot to add it in, which is great. So I'm gonna go. I've been trying to tackle my emails because I looked yesterday when I finished my shift and I had 30 emails to get through, so I'm starting to tackle them, and then I'm gonna go take Rosie out for a little walk, get some fresh air, get my steps in, and kind of like step away from it and de-stress a little bit, because it gets me so worked up and anxious about it, and I'm not gonna bore you guys all with it. So I've just been editing my vlogs, and particularly my vlog from the day I went back to work, the 13th, and I basically forgot to end my vlog. I managed to get there on time. I parked in like the main staff car park and managed to walk up in time and got a bit of exercise like in between and got my steps in, and then my first shift back went crazy as usual. It just went mental. I obviously can't spill too much because obviously I've got to keep it confidential, but it was nice to start, and then after about an hour and a half it just all went manic again. So I ended up leaving a little bit later than normal because, well, I had to hand over all the events of that afternoon. Then I had to, I had a little catch up with the nurse that I was handing over to. I hadn't seen in ages, so I was having a little catch up with her as well. And then by the time I got to my car and drove home, well, as I was getting to my car to drive home, my little brother asked if there was any chance I could give him a lift, because it was like dead late at night and the buses were a bit spotty or something, he said. So I basically picked him up, came home, had I think toast and washed up and passed out in bed. So that was all I did after my first shift back. Oh, I unfortunately was in agony by the end of that shift. And then the next morning when I woke up, I was also in agony. So it was an eventful first shift back to work. So that is where I'm going to leave it for today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.